You're listening to episode number 7 of the Wise Photographer podcast. For many of us across the country, we are heading into our off season or slow season as photographers. While it can be so tempting to just close that laptop and kick back, there is so much power in using this time to sharpen our focus and clean things up on the back ends of our business. So today I'm sharing 11 things that you can do during your off season to set yourself up for success in the upcoming year.
Welcome to the Wise Photographer podcast with your host, Chelsea Wise. Each week, Chelsea is bringing you the best tips and tricks to help you create a joyful, profitable, more purpose-filled photography business. Chelsea is a wife and mom of 2 who has built a thriving photography business in her tiny hometown in western North Dakota. Without further ado, here's your host, Chelsea Wise.
One of the first things that I like to do at the beginning of my off season is take an afternoon and look back on everything that I did in the past season. I look back on courses that I took, sessions I booked, and products that I offered. I take note on what worked and what didn't. For those things that didn't work so well, I dig a little bit deeper and see if there was either a better way of doing it or if I should scrap the idea altogether. If we don't learn from our past, we are doomed to repeat it. Looking back on your past season will help you to set some goals for the upcoming season and decide the way you want to take your business. Once you've looked over your past year, you'll probably have a pretty good list of things to work on. But if you want to make sure that you cover all your bases, here's some things that you can put on your to-do list as well. Second on this list is to check out your client experience. Look to see if there's any hang-ups or any kinks that you might need to work out. If you don't already have email templates, you can look into creating some or purchasing some as well. Email templates ensure that each client is getting the information they need at just the right time. You can also use this time to look at the client gifts that you are currently sending out and see if you can either enhance those or if you need to cut back. Number 3 on this list is to take a look at your website. My website gets a mini makeover each down season. Most years it's just updating my portfolio, but this is also a great time to look into rebranding your website since you have more time to dedicate to it. If you're looking at redesigning your site, Showit is my favorite platform. I've used it for my own websites, but I've also used Showit to help design my church's website and their kiosk. If you haven't checked them out already, you can check them out at showit.co. While we're on the subject of websites, your SEO or search engine optimization is another area of your site to look into. Some quick things that you can double check is that you're naming your images with what's actually in the image and not just a client name or file number. For example, if you have photos from a past Christmas mini session, you could name that file something like the name of your town and state, Christmas session. This alternate text is what automatically gets pulled by sites like Pinterest when someone pins them to a board. This is also the information that Google uses to figure out what your photo has in it. Another great SEO practice is to make sure that you have both internal and external links in your blog post. This could mean linking the engagement session to a wedding blog post and linking the florist's website as well. Number 4 on this list of things to work on during your off season is your welcome magazine or welcome packet. I talked extensively about this in episode number 5, but a welcome packet or magazine is a great way to start your client experience and set the tone for what your clients can expect from you. Your welcome packet should answer any questions that they might have to help set both of you up for beautiful images. When I look back through my client experience, I like to take note and see if anything can be added to my welcome packet. Were there any questions that came up multiple times or problems that could have been avoided with some education earlier on? Remember, a welcome packet can be printed or digital. Either way, it is a great way to up-level your client experience and help you stand out as a photographer. We'll get right back to the podcast, but first, the sponsor for this episode, Trello for Photography. Trello for Photography is an online course that walks you through how to get the most out of Trello to organize your client workflows, keep up with your blogging schedule, and ensure that you never forget what day you're in charge of snacks for the soccer team. No matter if you're a portrait photographer, wedding photographer, offer in-person sales, or a digital only, Trello for Photography has a workflow board for you. Having an amazing workflow process that you can replicate over and over is the key to creating raging fans who are singing your name anytime someone's looking for a photographer. Inside Trello for Photography, you'll gain access to my favorite boards, including boards called the 30,000 Foot View, Step Into My Office, and my most used board, My Week. The My Week board actually is where you're going to plan everything that needs to get done each and every day of the week. It's seriously the only way I'm able to keep up with my business, kids, and the housework. You'll gain access to videos walking you through how to use each and every board. Best of all, you get complete lifetime access to boards and updates. Just copy them to your account and start saving time and actually getting things done. Never question whether or not you ordered that album for that wedding client or spend hours searching for a PIN number for a gallery that someone forgot. Best of news, Trello for photography is just $29. You spend more than that on a single manicure. To find out more and enroll, head over to TrelloForPhotography.com. That's TRELLOFOR photography.com. On to number 5, planning ahead. Planning ahead lets you know what you need to do now to get the results that you want later on. If you're planning on offering mini sessions in the next year, go ahead and set those dates now and then work backwards to create your promotional calendar. In the past, I have waited until last minute to schedule mini sessions, and I really didn't end up giving myself enough time to promote it to customers. So how do we actually work backwards? The first thing that you want to do is you're going to want to actually set the session dates. Then you want to figure out when you're going to start offering these sessions to clients. This could be 2 weeks before or 2 months before, and that's totally up to you. In the week or two leading up to your cart opening, you want to be sharing blog posts that get your clients excited about booking the session. These blog posts could be things like what to wear, highlights from past mini sessions, or even the creative process that you use to design the backdrop for this mini session. You can share these blog posts on your social media platforms like Facebook or Instagram stories and even your email newsletter. By planning out your promotions ahead of time, you won't get stuck with empty spots at your mini sessions. Tip number 6 is somewhat along the same lines, and that is to implement an editorial calendar. If you want to see exactly how I use Trello to create my editorial calendar, you can check out TrelloForPhotography.com. An editorial calendar is where you're going to plan out the blog posts that you want to write and when you want to write them. I usually will plan out those big things first, like when I open the doors for my family shoots and the time of year that brides in my area are looking to book their photographers for summer weddings. I also look to see if I'll be offering any mini sessions, and I use these dates to work backwards. I'll start writing content that promotes each of these areas well in advance. Obviously, these are going to be just a handful of blog posts and won't fill my entire calendar. So at the beginning of each quarter, I sit down and fill in the gaps that's left over. Inside those gaps, I'll be writing blog posts that are more lifestyle. This gives my clients a peek at who I am and the things I'm interested in. This helps me to keep things fresh, current, and doesn't pressure me to have everything figured out all at once. Number 7 on this list is education. If you purchased any online course in the busy season and didn't get all the way through it, now is a great time to dive back in and make sure that you're getting all you can out of the education that you've already purchased. This is also a great time to look into learning more about the programs that you already use. While I've understood how Lightroom worked, last year I took a few days to dive deep into some YouTube videos so I could really figure out the full potential that Lightroom had. YouTube is a great resource for learning just about anything, so start there if you're wanting to learn more on a certain topic. You can find tutorials on everything from Lightroom, Photoshop, to off-camera flashes. Number 8 on our list is a task that often gets put off during our busy season, and for good reason, and that is to get your camera and lenses cleaned and checked out. The down season is a great time to ship off your gear since you won't be needing it quite as frequently. I really suggest doing this earlier on in your off-season, so that way if you find out you need to replace something, you can use it as a tax write-off for this year if you purchase it before January 1st. This brings us to number 9, starting an email newsletter. Starting an email newsletter sounds really intimidating, but it's pretty easy to run once you have it set up. This is a great way to keep in contact with your customers, especially when only about 6% of your followers on social media are actually seeing your posts. You can use this downtime to research platforms, design and implement funnels, and plan out how often you want to send out your newsletter. But I'll go ahead and let you in on my little secret weapon when it comes to email newsletters. Flowdesk, that's Flodesk, is an email marketing platform that offers stunning email templates. They're beautiful emails that people actually want to get in their inbox, and best of all, they look great on any device. Flowdesk is offering Wise Photographer podcast listeners 50% off for life with the code WISEPhotographer at checkout. That's WISEPHOTOGRAPHER. Wise Photographer. That comes out to just $19 a month. Number 10 on our list is maximizing your social media use. With billions of followers on multiple platforms, social media can play a large role in growing your business. Some things you can do to maximize your social media include the following: creating a hashtag strategy, sharing past sessions, taking advantage of Instagram stories, studying your Instagram statistics, going back and tagging clients and vendors in past photos. These items can help create opportunities to build relationships with both your clients and your vendors. Finally, number 11 on the list, decide if anything can be outsourced. I'll be sharing an episode soon all about outsourcing, but the off-season is a great time for you to go ahead and look at what you can and are willing to outsource in your business. Editing was one of the very first things that I decided to outsource, and hands down has been the best decision I have ever made. When you outsource, you will have to pay for these services, but you're getting your time back. You can always make more money, raise your prices, but we all have the same amount of time in a day. If you decide to outsource editing, I highly suggest checking out photographersedit.com. I've personally used them for over 4 years now and absolutely love them. After culling my images, I import them into Lightroom and then export it as a catalog and save it to Dropbox. Then I just share this link with Photographer's Edit, and for just 24 cents per image, they're back to me in less than a week. I've worked with Photographer's Edit to show them how I edit and even uploaded my own personal presets for them to use to match my style exactly. If you don't already have your own Lightroom presets, Photographer's Edit offers a service where they will work with you to develop a preset that is all your own, based on the style you like and the way you shoot. You're able to download this preset and edit your own photos, or let them do all the editing for you. If you would like to get 50% off your first order of $20 or more, use code WISEPODCAST at checkout. That's WISE podcast at checkout. By using our downtime wisely, we are able to set ourselves up for success in our busy season. I would love to hear what you are working on in your down season, so join in on the conversation over on Instagram at Wise Photographer Podcast. I will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Wise Photographer Podcast. Dive into the show's notes for this episode and all past episodes at www.thewisephotographer.com. If you loved the show, share it with a friend. Thanks for tuning in, you Wise Photographer you.